I back with another one. Back with another one. Back with another one. Back with another one. How's it going? It's your boy Joey Baker, and like I said, back with another reaction for you. Of course, like I said, we're going to watch the whole 3-hour special, so you might as well like and subscribe now. Come be a part of the tribe. Got some waiting on ya. Without further ado, let's continue. Oh, excuse me. Let's continue.
What oil problem? You gotta see it to believe it in Saudi. Them motherfuckers. There is no gas station. You just roll out down the road. That shit was great. I went to Dubai. You ever been in this place, Dubai?
How is it?
How is it? Well, have you ever seen the movie Blade Runner? It's like that, but sunny, with no robots or problems. Oh, it was fucking great. And there's somebody, they building shit like you wouldn't. I mean, that shit looked like Legoland. That shit was amazing. I'm not exaggerating. I seen a billboard. We driving down Sheikh Mohammed Highway, whatever it is. They got a billboard inside the highway. It say, "We will build your skyscraper." I said, "Who the fuck is that for?" Like, who's gonna pull up like, "Oh, let me get this number. I've been looking for somebody."
Facts. I've seen that before, and I was just like, who is this for? Like, y'all ain't got other avenues to get out to people. We will build your skyscraper. Like, all right.
I will build my skyscraper. Yes, could you erect a skyscraper for me? I saw your billboard. We're busy. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. When I was there, they had 212 skyscrapers in production. If you can imagine what that looks like. 212. You know those big construction cranes?
God.
Half of all those cranes that exist on Earth was in
200 and God, this is 09. God.
that city, building 212 skyscrapers. That would be like if somebody said, "I'm going to build Manhattan in the next 8 months." That's what's happening on planet Earth today. And another 45 minutes probably. They're all taking a break. And by they all, I mean the Pakistanis and Bengalis. That's what's building this. Everything has a soft underbelly. Yes, where else have I been? You guys are British, so you've been everywhere. I don't care how obscure a place is. I've never gone someplace and not seen a British person. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I was in Asia. I went to the Philippines. Who said that? Oh, you're Filipino?
No.
Oh, what's the other half?
Not mine.
You're not gonna believe this. No, my wife is Filipino. Yeah, and my kids, you know, are Puerto Rican somehow. I don't know how that happened. But, I guess when we get together, we make Latinos together. They're from Puerto Rico. They've never even been to Puerto Rico. Why'd I bring it? Oh, I'll tell you what. Have you ever been to the Philippines before? Okay, I went there, and I like the Philippines. I was actually, you know, I did not enjoy the poverty. I should.
No lie, one place I do want to go is to the Philippines. I was planning on trying to go for my birthday this year. A whole COVID thing happened. So we're going to try next year. See how 2021 goes. But shout out to you. Hey ladies, I love Asians, Filipinos. My first girlfriend, you know, was Filipino. My DMs are always, I'm single. My DMs always open. Take a moment for yourself.
Bring this up. I'd say it if Sherrod was here. It's the kind of thing that's like, you know, when you're a comedian and you see something horrible, you should just only tell other comedians about that. Because everyone else is going to, you know, we had that worldview. I'll tell you because you're a comedian, all right? It's not funny at all. I'll tell you, it wasn't funny when I saw it. I'll tell you when it was funny. Okay, so we're driving down the street in the Philippines. It was like urban area. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Asia. Traffic, not so good. As a matter of fact, it's horrendous traffic. Small, you know, it's somewhat chaotic. For me, for my American standards. Excuse me, everybody. Whatever. Okay, you've seen hood movies, you picture bad neighborhoods, you've heard all these things, but you gotta see, you know, real poverty. Like when an American sees it, you can't help but be like, holy shit. Okay, so we made a couple turns, trying to get out of traffic, and then we turned into like, it was like the real world. Real poverty. What do I mean by real poverty? Well, there were tons of things that I saw in that instant. Like we turned a corner and all of a sudden it was like, I've never seen any of this shit before in my life. One of the things was, because it was an urban setting, you have to imagine it's a city, but there was a guy and he was, it wasn't funny to me, this was not my initial reaction. And I need to tell you that, but you're a comedian, so please look at it with those glasses. This is like that Kramer moment I was so worried about. Okay, we turned the corner and there was a guy, he's walking, and he had no clothes on, right? Now, that shit could happen in New York, but the way he was walking was like he didn't have no clothes anywhere. Like, it wasn't like he was walking to some clothes he had. He was just walking like, I'm naked, B. So like, you know, now it wasn't funny to me at all. My kids were in the back. They were like, oh shit! Like, you know, they're like 5 and 8. Oh! Like, all right, so now their reaction to it made me well, just because they're kids. And I remember what it's like being a kid, and he was naked, man, in the city, and all right. So I explained to the kids, listen, guys, you know, this is what the world is like. There's people out here don't have da-da-da-da-da, you know. There's grandmothers from there. She's explained to her mom. We all explained to her. The kids like, oh, snap. Okay. So then we come back to America. It's like 8 days later, and we split up. Kids go back to Ohio.
Sorry, I'm high. I was looking at. If you hadn't already seen my fish, I love them. They're getting more, like, these are very, I don't know if you ever know anything about common fish. They're very social fish. They will come up to the water, and you know what I mean? Real cool damn fish. And I have 13 goldfish in a Pleco, making 14 in my DIY pond. If you hadn't seen that video, it was the video before this one. Go check that bad boy out. I would put the link. I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna do all that shit. Click out, motherfucker, and go watch that. Like and subscribe. You know what I mean?
I gotta go to LA, take care of some business. I went to Hollywood for a minute, and then my wife calls me up, and she says, and she's crying. I go, what's going on? She goes, she did it. I said, who did what? She's like, Manny Pacquiao, he won. And I said, oh, that's fucking great. You know, there's happy. She said, finally, you know what I mean? Filipino people feel a lot of pride when Manny Pacquiao won, and it was kind of touching the way she felt. And then she said he's going to give his money to the poor. And then I say to my wife, and this one was funny, I hope he buys that guy some pants or something. But it was funny because it was weeks later, and it was an emotional moment, and it was so emotional. I felt a little uncomfortable, so I just had to.
That's funny. Hope he buys that guy some pants.
A little joke in there, bro. The guy was solving no pants. As a matter of fact, this show is dedicated to that guy. This show is to the guy. Not just my set. I'm dedicating all you guys to shows. It's uncomfortable. I really didn't have anything to talk about. Oh, hey, thanks. Good luck. See that Barack was right. We can do this. It's going to be great. America's going to be great again. You'll all see. honest with you, like, this is the first time I really voted.
This was '09, so I'm gonna let that sink in. I hate that America is going to be great again when we've been average for a very, very long time. So
As I was an Ohio voter, so I said this might be important. As soon as I walked into the polling place, you know what they said? Barack's got another one. And I said,